Okay, Dynamite. Where are we at this week? Canada again, folks. The Canada tour continues for AEW Dynamite. As in, what part of Canada were they in this week, huh? And Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. So they were there tonight. We did kick off this show with Chris Jericho versus Commander. I don't know why they even have Jericho versus Commander, especially given it's a two different clash of styles right here between both of these guys. Especially with Commander doing most of the high flying stuff in there, and Jericho trying to ground him throughout the entire match. So it's not much I can say through this. They actually gave us a lot of time out here, I will say that. Never believed Commander was ever going to win in general, but I thought the match was okay, I will say that. I just don't know why Jericho is even out there against him just to get a win to further on the story, what's going on, which was gonna happen next. Like the code breaker didn't look good. That did look kind of mistimed, but Jericho did get the Judas effect. After Commander tried to do the whole springboard thing, Jericho ended up hitting with the walls of Jericho and won the match. But right after Don Callis came out, then basically, asking Jericho to be part of his family and everything. We've been friends for over 28 years. And they actually had a clip of him and Don Callis when Don Callis did wrestle. And they were managed by Bad News Brown, which was actually pretty good footage. So at least kind of furthered the story along. Instead of just going like, hey, I got you into the Tokyo Dome a few years ago. But they've known each other for a long time, and Jericho said, funny thing is, I still have my hair, and you, well, yeah. But Jericho said, Bad News always talk about sticking together and whatnot. And, they felt like they didn't make that promise to him, so they could try to make that promise right now. And he wanted to know what Jericho's answer was. Like, you don't got to answer right now, but just think about it. So, will Jericho help Don Callis? Not sure yet, but good footage though to use from there. Jack Perry, who continues to duck Hook almost every week in his car, was hiding in his car again. Hook had got into his car somehow and ended up running out of the car, and the car drove off, and after he got hit in the head, and he said, keep running, Perry. Right after that, Renee Young was talking to Don Callis, talking about the final member of this whole blood and guts match for next week, and that this feud with Omega is going to be done, and that Omega's not going to see who's going to, not going to see it coming, who the final pick is. Next, they have more Cole and MJF hanging out together, and where were they hanging out? They were hanging out at a bar, looks like. I guess they were drinking. Next thing you know, some women walked by, about 4 of them. MJF told Cole, hey, 2 for me, 2 for you. But Cole says, yeah, hey, I really care about Britt Baker. So Cole has a girlfriend, so he's not going to cheat, all right? But MJF basically, MJF pulled 4 holes right here. That's what he did. And apparently he may have fucked all of them, given he zipped up his pants. He pulled some Ric Flair shit, all right? So if he did, kudos to him. I have to tip my hat for that. Especially in regards to this segment. But next thing you know, Cole, I guess he was just hanging out with the cameraman and stuff, and said, I want to do something now. So they wanted to go play the AEW Fight Forever game, which honestly I've been hearing that game has been very glitchy, and it hasn't really been going out that well. I think it's ridiculous with half them DLCs, I will say that. I don't understand why the Acclaimed or FTR or even, who else, Keith Lee or Matt Hardy, well, he's already been buried on Twitter enough this week, but why are all these guys DLC when they've been in the company long enough? So why are they charging a lot of money for these people, by the way, too, and at 2 apiece? But enough about the game rant right now, because I'm going into the whole glitches I've been seeing with that game anyways. But, basically MJF said, he didn't really want to play. He's like, man, do I really need to play this and whatnot? He's just like, this is what you want to do. I'm not some fat virgin, whatever he was called himself. Was pretty funny. MJF said, games are more fun when you got a friend to play with and whatnot. And Cole said, you never played a multiplayer game, and you never played that. And MJF said, I didn't have any friends for that. And Cole basically said, if we were forced to be a team, I was just gonna turn on you and blindside you. And MJF said, you know what? I was gonna do the same thing too. Which, not surprised by that. But Cole said, you're pretty cool. He means that. and we're gonna win those tag team titles. And they kept playing the game until they end up winning the tag team titles within the video game. Those graphics are just really look like a Nintendo Switch game, by the way, too. But right after that, in another, how can I say this? More can Tony throw stuff at the wall? Hope it sticks. Cassidy and Darby versus Sammy and Garcia and his dancing. I don't even understand these tournament brackets almost every week at this point. At least they actually show brackets this time, because like we never saw them. I don't know what happened on Rampage, or even how Sammy and what Garcia got there. I think they beat Matt Hardy and Jeff Jarrett, I believe. So yeah, but this ended up Prince Nana coming out there, and then Swerve ended up hitting him like a knee off of Darby, and Guevara hit his GTS for the win. So Sammy and Garcia move on to the tournament. They also been playing a lot of Nick Wayne videos, especially Darby's friend right there. They have really been hyping him up big tonight. Like, he's really in the main event of this entire show as the last match of this show. So they have been hyping him up big time. He had already been signed to the company, but I think he had to wait till it turn 18 years old to do this. So he's finally getting his big chance tonight. But basically, they showed the entire video package and history of what he has done and who his dad is, which was, Buddy Wayne, and how he trained under him before he had died. And, basically talking about how his mom had to give him the news, and how Darby trained with him. But now, he's been preparing for this for a very long time, since he was a kid, to finally get his shine on television and whatnot. So they've really been hyping up Nick Wayne there. And I got some things to say when we get to the match, but they've really been upping his video package out here tonight. Right after that, though, we did have, what was it? I know they were talking to Adam Cole in the back. And I guess he's on the phone with Britt Baker. Roderick Strong showed up then, basically saying, so you like MJF and everything? And Cole said, he's not a bad guy, okay? All right, I don't like him like that. But, he said, I didn't like you at first, but I look at you as a brother now. And talked about, you got to wear the T-shirts tonight, and you got to get ready for his match. So, Roderick Strong just looked kind of pissed off, which I feel like he's going to do something to screw him out of the tag team title. So I see that coming. Brian Cage and Big Bill, which, honestly, these guys could be a team when you actually think of it. It's not like none of these two are doing anything right now. Like, they have the size and stuff. It was kind of hard to believe, Hugh Steven was like, how is it going to make me believe that these guys are going to lose to MJF and Cole? Like, come on, Cage looks like 6 times bigger than Adam Cole. And I got to go on the whole Adam Cole size thing, because almost everybody goes on his size nowadays. But you could tell the distinct difference out there and whatnot. But, like I said, this match here, crowd was just eating everything up Cole and MJF did, especially MJF doing the push-up thing out there. They were all chanting for that double clothesline that happened. They were just waiting on him to hit something big. MJF ended up hitting the Heat Seeker on Cage. Cole came back with the last shot then, the knee and whatnot, getting the win off of Brian Cage. Right after that, the MJF and Cole got on the microphone in, basically telling the crowd, and, they say, hey, do the thing, do the Adam Cole, baby. And, MJF saying, like, I'm over in Canada, man. I'm really over right now. And that they said they're going to win the tag team titles and whatnot. Cole said, we will be the next AEW tag team champions, doing the better than you baby thing. They had the same t-shirts on. Roderick Strong was pretty pissed in the back. So, like I said, I think he's kind of going to screw them out of tag titles one way or another. Jake Hager went up to Chris Jericho, basically saying, are you really going to join Callis and whatnot? And, Jericho said, talked about the whole Bad News Brown thing, and it made him think. But Hager says, man, we got history, man. I saved your life in Abu Dhabi. I came here to AEW, 4 years ago to join up with you. I gave him my MMA career. I thought he was still doing MMA. And then he took off his purple hat. And he said he needed to know, and he says, I can't give you 100% of me until you straight with me. So I guess he gave up his little purple hat. Do I care what Jake Hager really does? Not really, honestly. So I don't know. We the people. Sky Blue went against Ruby Soho, and man, I gotta say the camera was definitely focused on her ass tonight, especially the wedgie she's getting from them shorts. So obviously it's gonna be a lot of ass jokes and everybody saying she has a fat ass, which is true. But a lot of people said the cake was hanging out there tonight. Obviously, the Outcast got involved in this match. Ruby ended up hitting the win with the what was it, her that knee thing, what it called, the no future and whatnot. So Ruby got the win and whatnot as the Outcast celebrated. Then for some reason they had QT Marshall, Harley Cameron, and Aaron Solo talk about Harley's music video. A lot of people say she's trying to rap like Eminem out there, like rapping fast, like not even close to Eminem, but like just trying to rap. Like what is this appealing to? Why is this a feud still with the Acclaim? I don't get it. Okay, that's she can sing, nothing wrong with that. The girl has talent, but why we have her showing music videos and why are we making diss records on here? Like I feel like every rap segment they try to do on here, it's not really good. So like really, I don't know, just really think about it. Like a lot of this is just like what was the point of the segment? Next though, Swerve Strickland went against Nick Wayne. Darby Allin came out there to support him on. They had his mom in the crowd. The kid turned 18 literally the other day. Fans were clearly behind him. And listen, this was a good match and all. And it was a very good debut for Nick Wayne. Obviously, Swerve needed to get the win right here because Swerve barely gets any wins on his show as it is. So I'm like, they're not going to really have him lose to this guy. Like, really? Because like Swerve and them lose every week. You got to get a win here. Swerve did get the win though. And, went with the JML driver, beating Nick Wayne. Like I said, Nick Wayne, he's not bad. But, my friend Steve had a point about this. Like, outside of him being 18 and everything, what makes him so different from the rest of the roster that a lot of these other guys can't do? The guy can do some pretty good stuff out there, flips and everything, but we've seen people get signed and hype up in the past just for them to disappear and probably end up on Dark or maybe Rampage and you barely hear about them. Like, you can say, whatever, like the whole Action Andretti. Remember they was hyping him up like he was the shit and everything? Like, he was like one of the biggest things going and whatnot. And then, we don't really see him that much nowadays, but he can do like almost 80% of the roster can do in the ring when it comes to the high-flying stuff. We could say that about him. We could say it about Bandito. We could say it about several guys. So it kind of makes you wonder, what makes Nick Wayne so different from the rest of the pack, okay, other than his age and how young he is right now? Really think about that. Just think about it. So it makes you wonder. But right after that, I know they went to Don Callis came out to, I guess, introduce the fifth man, saying it's going to be a slaughter next week. Still talking about Omega. Omega came out just to get attacked by Blood Moxley out there. Rocky Five just, bleed Moxley. And Takeshita was out there. And Pac showed up. Like, I don't know what Claudio and what was Claudio and Yuta at? But Pac was the fifth man. We haven't seen Pac since. I don't think we've seen Pac since that damn best of 7 6-man tag title stuff thing that happened. So I don't think we've seen that in a long time, if I'm not mistaken. So Pac hasn't been around in a good minute. So he basically said, I want payback on Omega and everything. He's the fifth man and stuff. And next thing you know, they had a chair around his neck. And I kind of thought it got ridiculous because Moxie just starts yelling then. And, Omega, you got anything to say before your final word? You're getting final words to say before we kill you? And Omega's like laughing like, we still have a fifth member. Like, could they just brought out the fifth? Well, even show the thing on the screen without kind of doing the rest of that. Like, kind of got a little ridiculous then with the neck chair thing. Like, we still got a fifth man. A video package played, and it was Kota Ibushi, which I figured it was going to be Kota Ibushi to be the fifth man anyways. Now going back to the Golden Elite, Kota Ibushi wasn't there, but, they just basically showed a couple clips of probably what he's done in most of the Ring of Honor clips. Not a lot of New Japan clips, if I'm not mistaken. And if it was probably from that MSG show from a few years ago, Ring of Honor and New Japan. But it was mostly a lot of Ring of Honor clips from him. But I figured it was kind of odd, like, where was the rest of the Elite to actually make the save? Like, they waited all this time just to wait for the the chair to get around Omega's neck just to, you know, come in for the save. The rest of the Elite came out saying this ends next week and whatnot. And, you know, Omega's going on. We're going to show you that's more than fighting. And it's about what passion and friendship and soul and love, or I didn't even know he was going on about. And then, you know, when we win this battle, he said Callis is next. And, you know, he's going to be going for Calistan, you know, the goodbye, good night thing, and there you go. Now, you could sit there and, which, like I said, I'm not surprised. Pac, I was actually kind of surprised by. I didn't think he was going to show back up, especially in this. Kota Ibushi, I wasn't really surprised because I had at some point he was going to come help the Elite at any point in time. So I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. But yeah, he wasn't there. Now, could they probably show more video package to actually tell who Kota Ibushi is? Now, when it comes, I'm sure the fans with AEW, they probably know who he is if they watch New Japan. But for the fans that don't know who he is, show a video package. Like, show something what he's done in MJPW. The guy is a former IWGP World Champion. And, like, G1 winner, if you want me to go into New Japan details and stuff. And him and Kidding were a tag team, the Golden Lovers. So I could go through a many of things when it comes to Ibushi and his New Japan career. But, like I said, now he's in AEW. So, they could show at least some more way to explain him and whatnot. But other than that, though, that's all I really got to say about Dynamite this week. I'm sure more people looking forward to Collision nowadays than is Dynamite, because honestly Collision is the better show. But I guess, you know, Dynamite did have at least some newsworthy things. I swear to God, they got 3 tournaments going on at the same time. Yeah, obviously you had the 5th members of these teams announced tonight. Jericho, you know, maybe joining Callis and them, so we'll see. The dynamic of MJF and Cole continues. So yeah, what will happen next? I don't know, but I guess we just gotta wait and see. So comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, HoodieKnight890. I'm out of here. See you guys. Peace. Hit the notification bell and like this video. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.